coming tonight. I'd like to call the November 17th board meeting to order. We'll start with the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Patisky? Here. Mrs. Longren? Here. Mrs. Chapin? Here. Mr. Cormack?
Here.
Mr. Kaufman? Mr. Merkel-Gump?
Here.
Mrs. Rash?
Here.
Mrs. Sharino? Here. And Mr. Wars.
Here. All right, we'll move right along. Welcome, George. Tonight's President's Report. So good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. We are well into our year and it's inspiring to see all the great things our students are doing. From academics to sports, the arts, music, and clubs, there's something for everyone. As you probably know, the state finally ratified a budget that was originally due on July 1st. This lack of action cost the district and our taxpayers over $100,000 because of lost interest revenue. This money will not be reimbursed, but we will have to find other savings to offset the loss. In the news, we heard that there was a compromise reached in the cyber charter school debacle. Unfortunately, this compromise turned out to be little help. After reviewing how it will affect us, we found that our district will still be paying more than we were last year, but not as much as if we had done nothing. This is nowhere near what we had expected. I was hopeful that this would help our district, but it turns out once again our state legislature has let us down. It makes me wonder if all the millions spent lobbying by the cyber schools has had an effect. As an example, imagine if we took 3,000 of our students to a Phillies game and paid for it with your tax dollars. It'd be quite a backlash, to say the least. But that is exactly what one of the largest cyber charter schools did. They have so much extra cash that they also gave their employees a $3,000 stipend because the price of gas went up. Sadly, there's not public outrage over this, but we continue to cover these outrageous costs. We do face a difficult financial future. There are many reasons we are in this situation, and it will take major changes to get us back on track. The process of cost reduction should have been done years ago. Some of the factors we are facing. We ratified 2 contracts 2 years ago that cost the districts millions more than in the past. I agree that we needed to do this as we were not competitive and had difficulty attracting new staff. But it is the main driver in our increase of costs. Special education costs continue to grow at an alarming rate. In these areas, we are mandated by the federal and state government to provide extra staff. There is very little we can do to reduce costs in this area. In the past, we have seen yearly increases in our total amount of property taxes and earned income tax. That growth helped to push off the need to raise taxes. Unfortunately, over the past 3 years, the growth has been almost flat. Certainly nowhere near what the increase of pay was to our staff. We do not see that improving much over the next few years. And of course, inflation in the past 4 years has been significantly higher than before. That has impacted almost every purchase we make, from buses, supplies, and maintenance costs. We have difficult decisions ahead. We must cut costs to avoid facing a major financial shortfall over the next few years. We have asked and received financial projections for the next 3 years. These financial projections include the revenue from when our remaining debt is gone. Currently, we pay around $6 million in interest and principal every year. Even with our debt disappearing, we still face a significant shortfall. All options are on the table. We will need to look at all aspects of our school as well as potentially closing underutilized schools. We will work with the current administration on how to maintain our educational excellence while reducing our costs to a sustainable level. Thankfully, I do believe we have the leadership in place to make these important decisions going forward. And finally, next month, we will have 4 new members of the community joining us. As with our current board, we are committed to continuing our values and the trajectory we have set for the school. Thank you for your continued support of Penn Ridge. We'll move over to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Wurz. Good evening. We are excited to celebrate dozens of students and staff members tonight. Before we begin tonight's work, I'd like to recognize the 4 members of our board for whom this is the final meeting of their term. Moments like this remind us that public education relies not only on professional staff, but also community members who are willing to shoulder the significant responsibility on behalf of others. Serving on a school board demands considerable time, thoughtful preparation, and a commitment to the public good. It requires nights away from family, careful study of complex issues, and a readiness to make decisions for the district. To each of you, thank you. Your service reflects a genuine investment in the future of Penn Ridge. You've contributed your time, your judgment, and your voice, often under challenging circumstances. The work is not always simple, and the conversations are not always easy, yet your willingness to engage speaks to your sense of civic responsibility. So Ms. Batisky, Ms. Chaikin, Ms. Blomgren, and Mr. Cormack, as your term concludes at the end of this month, we extend our appreciation and our best wishes for what comes next. Whether your path leads you toward new commitments or a well-earned opportunity to slow down, we hope the experience you had here continues to matter. Thank you again for your dedication to our school district. So I have some commemorative plaques. If each of you could join me at the front of the stage by the lectern. Celebrated Veterans Day and had the opportunity to honor our veterans at the football game. So if you look on the monitor, you'll see our veterans. They're saluting the flag, and it was a wonderful event to honor those who are Penn Ridge employees, and we also invited community members to join us. So from the bottom of my heart, it's something very special to me, and we thank our veterans, and I know our board does as well. There were several celebrations and honors throughout our schools on Veterans Day, which was last Tuesday. A few weeks ago, Dibler Elementary held its first ever Safety Day. Community volunteers from Percy Fire Company, Penn Ridge Regional Police Department, NAMI, Bucks County, and several of our very own amazing staff members helped make the day an engaging and educational experience for our students. Safety Day provides students with valuable hands-on learning opportunities to better understand how to stay safe in a variety of situations and how our first responders work hard each and every day to help keep our communities safe. Dibler Principal, Ms. Maria Pooley, is here, and she joins us tonight with some of her staff and students to tell us more.
All right, thank you for giving us the opportunity to share about Safety Day. It was a very special day at Dibler. It gave our students the chance to meet real heroes who keep them safe every day, and so many other community volunteers who generously share their time and expertise. Students love seeing the equipment up close, asking questions, and learning what to do in different situations, all in a fun and hands-on way. What makes the day even more meaningful is the incredible support from our community. Many of our volunteers are not only local first responders, but they're also parents of Dibler students. Tonight we have the Scholler family with us, who have 3 children at Dibler. Bree is in kindergarten, Jackson is in 1st grade, and Brooklyn is in 3rd grade. Mr. and Mrs. Scholler both were at Safety Day, and they represented the Percy Fire Department, so we're very grateful to have their support. Their willingness to spend the day with us shows our students that they're surrounded by a community that truly looks out for them. Our goal would be to expand this event next year, to continue strengthening relationships with our community and helping students feel connected, supported, and safe, both in and out of school.
Thank you. Tonight we're also joined by some exceptional students. During the 2024-2025 school year, these students took on some of the most challenging coursework available at the high school and excelled. That speaks not only to their hard work, but also to the teachers who encouraged, questioned, and guided them along the way. What I appreciate most is that these students did more than complete assignments. They learned how to think deeply, collaborate, and communicate with purpose. Among the 15 AP Capstone winners, 5 are graduates. However, the rest are current Penridge High School students. They are pictured here, and some are joining us here tonight. So I'm going to ask Mr. Ketty if you could please distribute the certificates. And when students, when you hear your name, please come forward to be recognized. Stephen Glaudel, Aileen Great, Ben Cantor, James Kearney, Daniel Kim, Lily Nickel, Ronnie Patel, Lexi Steen, Tanush Vakaria, and Ethan Whitehurst. If you please come forward. To earn the AP Capstone Diploma, students must earn scores of 3 or higher in AP Seminar, AP Research, and a 4 on additional AP exams of their choice. The AP Capstone program helps students develop essential college and career skills, critical thinking, research, collaboration, and presentation through 2 interdisciplinary courses, AP Seminar and Research. The 72 students who received the AP Scholar with Distinction designation received an average score of at least 3.5 out of 4 on all advanced placement AP exams taken, and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more of these exams. So how about a nice round of applause for these? Great job, everybody. Thanks for coming. Excellent work. As we told you about last month, there are plenty of staff and residents sporting some new Penridge swag and gear as a result of our recent sale featuring our official brand and logos. It was also a fundraiser for RAM Packs, so $2 from each garment went to RAM Packs, and we were able to raise $300 for this noble cause. So hats off to everybody who purchased. Next up, I'd like to ask Principal Tim Ketty and our Director of Athletics, Henry Hunt, to come forward with some additional awards and accolades.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the pleasure of setting the stage for recognizing the outstanding achievement of some of our fall athletic programs. Our student athletes have worked tirelessly, demonstrating dedication, teamwork, and the school spirit both on and off the field. To share more about these successes and highlight the remarkable attributes of our student athletes and coaches, I would like to introduce Mr. Hunt, our Director of Athletics. Under his leadership, our athletic programs continue to thrive, and I know he will provide insight into the exciting accomplishments of our past season. And we got a lot of people to celebrate tonight, so.
I'm going to start with the kids who are currently missing practice so they can get out of here first. The first program is not particularly a sport, but it's a big part of our Friday nights. I'd like to start by recognizing members of our outstanding Penridge High School marching band. Joining us tonight are the drum majors Riley Wayland, Jake Smalls, and Gavin Chodoroff, along with Director Mr. Hall. The marching band has done a truly exceptional job this season. Their pregame performances continue to set a high standard of excellence, showcasing not only tremendous musical and artistic talent, but also the pride and spirit of our school community. Beyond that, the quality of their music, the energy they bring to the field, and the excitement they create in our stadium have been vital to the atmosphere at our home football games. We're equally grateful for their commitment to our away contests, where their presence and support play a key role in motivating our teams and representing Penridge with class and professionalism. Thank you very much. Our next group that also has to get to practice, we like to recognize our cheerleaders. Come on up, ladies. Not only have they done a tremendous job bringing energy, excitement, and school pride to the sidelines at our football games this season, but they also recently earned first place for their traditional routine in the very first attempt at securing a bid for the national competition later this winter in Orlando. The girls have now had such an impressive start to the competitive season, demonstrating discipline, teamwork, and commitment to excellence that reflects so positively on Penridge High School. Their leadership on the sidelines and their success in competition speaks to the countless hours they have invested in perfecting their skills and supporting our athletic programs. Please join me in congratulating our cheerleaders and their coaches for their outstanding accomplishments and the spirit they bring to our school community.
You guys should be able to figure that out.
Another team who just finished practice, but we're going to have them come on up. The football team. You guys mind coming on up? If we can fit them all up in here. Big bodies. Huge. Coach Cressman is the scooter's way down here. Be careful, it's on a decline. All right.
Yeah, somebody watch him.
He's got brakes, I hope. Our high school football program and staff, these Rams have truly had a remarkable season, finishing the regular season with a 9-1 conference record and winning the National Conference of the Suburban 1 League, widely regarded as the toughest conference in the state of Pennsylvania. They also set a single-season mark of 12 wins this year, tying the school record, and achieved 3 postseason wins, a milestone no Penridge team has yet reached before. With one more win, they would be the all-time winningest single-season team in school history. This Friday, they will compete in the District 1 6A football final against conference rival North Penn. Make sure to join us at home and to cheer them on. The Rams have brought purpose, pride, and excitement back to Friday nights in Penridge, and their effort and their toughness has made us all incredibly proud. How about a round of applause for our football program?
Press out first. If you want to push up the help.
All right, next, I would recognize some members of our state qualifying cross-country runners. Please make your way up. On the girls' side, we are proud to honor Jessica Lackner, who had an exceptional season. Jessica placed 5th at our league championship, 26th at the district championship, and went to finish 112th overall in the state final, representing Penridge with determination and resilience at every level of competition. On the boys' side, we had 3 outstanding state qualifiers. Daniel Lira Lozano, who delivered a standout postseason with a 9th place finish at leagues, 31st at districts, and 38th at the state meet. Jackson Werfel, who finished 15th at leagues, 32nd at districts, and 55th overall in states, and Colin Ware, who capped off a strong season by finishing 18th at leagues, 27th at districts, and 70th at states. Each of these athletes demonstrated exceptional endurance, grit, and consistency throughout their season. Their accomplishments highlight the strength of our cross-country programs and the commitment they bring to representing Penridge at the highest levels of competition. Please join me in congratulating Jessica, Daniel, Jackson, and Colin on their outstanding achievements. Lastly, we'd like to recognize our girls' soccer program. Come on down, ladies. This team showed tremendous perseverance and growth this season. After a challenging 0-2 start, the girls regrouped, stayed focused, and went on an incredible run, finishing the remainder of the season with just 1 loss in league play on their way to becoming the District 1 champions in an exciting double overtime PK final. Although they were unfortunately a bit shorthanded in the opening round of the state playoffs and fell short of advancing, their season remains one they should be extremely proud of. Their resilience, their teamwork, and their competitive spirit were evident every time they stepped on the field, and they represented Penridge with class and determination throughout the fall. Please join me in congratulating our girls soccer program.
Very well done, girl.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to turn our attention to another vibrant part of our school community. So in this part, Dr. Barris has asked me to spotlight a club or an activity. So while it's not very traditional, more on the co-curricular side, I wanted to capitalize on our theater program tonight because of their fantastic performance that just went through over the weekend. Our theater program serves as a dynamic space where students explore creativity, collaboration, and expression. This fall, our students brought to life a wonderful production, Almost Maine, and it truly was a fantastic performance. I'd like to recognize the incredible dedication of the cast who is on their way up, as well as the parent volunteers. You guys should come up too. And it's also my pleasure to introduce to the community and to the board to that end our new director, Ms. Cordes, and our assistant director, Ms. Hughes. I've asked Ms. Cordes to share a few words about this remarkable production. So Meg.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name, as just mentioned, is Megan Cordes. I actually went to Penridge, graduated in 2020. I spent all 4 years here at the high school and 3 years at North Middle School up on the stage doing all of the shows here. But a little bit about the show and also my process in being hired here and getting this thing going. Kids met me, got cast, learned lines, and did all of the other work to put on an entire show in less than 4 weeks, from pretty much 4 weeks ago till yesterday. I am so impressed with all of their phenomenal talent. I've said this to everyone that I have seen since casting them, but in watching the kids do their callbacks a month ago, I was just so impressed with not only their talent, but how kind they were to each other, which I think is infinitely more important than, what happens up on stage. They were high-fiving each other, they were cheering for each other, and no one was sour about any casting choices that happened. And another thing that they did, they learned all of their lines in a week and a half, and then again, when the licensing company sent us different scripts about a week and a half before the show, the parents, who a few of them are down here as well, they banded together to create a set, put together costumes, organize concessions, decorate the auditorium, and support the kids pretty much within a couple of days. I'm really just so impressed with everyone who has been involved with this entire process. And I'm really, really looking forward to more shows here at the high school. And I want to say thank you to the community support for coming together, again, so quickly, as is the theme with this show that happened. So quickly to come out and support these kids and support the arts at Penn Ridge. So thank you.
One, two, three. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Good job.
I would just like to finish by giving a personal thank you to Ms. Cordes and Ms. Hughes for your leadership in inspiring our students. We are already looking forward to see the creativity and excitement that you'll be bringing to our spring musical.
My daughter, she went to the show and she said it was fabulous. And now I have to go home and tell her that she's not a liar because she was telling me that y'all did it. And I was like, I think you have your facts wrong. But I'll have to tell her. That's amazing.
It's true.
That's amazing.
Okay, Mr. Wers, that concludes my report.
All right, moving right along, we'll turn it over to Zoe and Student Liaison Report.
Thank you. So the past few weeks have been a busy couple ones at the high school. Looking forward, we are busy as well. We've had our multiple sports events that are happening throughout a lot of our sports team making championships and playoffs. We also had our play, as Mr. Kenny mentioned. A few weeks ago, Penn Ridge hosted the German-American Partnership Program, or the GAP program, and that took place from late October to early November. We hosted about 20 exchange students from Germany that all stayed with a Penn Ridge student. Students for Germany stayed for about a total of 3 weeks and got to experience our pink out games, our homecoming dance, and American Halloween. So that was a lot exciting for a lot of them. And this was an amazing opportunity for students visiting and at Penn Ridge to practice foreign language skills and experience new culture. Penn Ridge students will then this summer be headed to Germany for a total of 3 weeks to experience the culture over there as well. Looking forward, this week at the high school, we're hosting our fall food drive. This is extremely important this year as Penn Ridge fish is running very low on stock and is almost out. We also ask the community just in this is to please donate whatever you can as fish is running very low and it's important that it helps our local community. In the high school, the fall food drive is competition among classes to see who can collect and raise the most cans to donate to fish, and the winners do get a donut party. Penn Ridge also reached out to Quakertown High School this year and their student council, and we will be running a competition with them throughout this week into next Monday to see which school can raise more cans. So it was a great opportunity for Penn Ridge Student Council to go out and create community outreach and to team up with Quakertown to further benefit our local food pantries. On Thursday, this coming Thursday, Penn Ridge High School will be hosting the Bucks Intermediate Unit Student Forum. I talked briefly about Student Forum this past board meeting, but just for anyone that missed it, it's run by the Bucks Intermediate Unit, and it is a group of juniors and seniors from various high schools, private, public, and technical around Bucks County that meet once a month to discuss community outreach and important issues in our communities. These include drug and alcohol abuse on high school level, healthy relationships, and homelessness in teens, just to name a few. As a part of Student Forum myself, I think it's extremely important that high schoolers attack these large issues that typically are briefly mentioned in our schools but aren't being highlighted or talked about enough. So Penridge will be the first high school to host this year, so we're excited to get the year off to a great start and be able to show the other schools around Bucks County what Penridge is and what we stand for. The day before winter break, the high school will be hosting a talent show on that half day. It's a way just to boost attendance before winter break and school spirit before the holidays. As mentioned, football is entering the District 1 finals against North Penn this Friday. And we again hope for large attendance in the student body and to see the community come out and support our school. Thanksgiving break is coming up next week. I, for one, am excited for the break. But we are looking for a tentative bonfire the night before the Thanksgiving game to boost school spirit and a community event. And then, of course, on Thanksgiving, we have our game against Quakertown, which this year will be hosted at Penridge. That's all for me. Thank you.
Moving right along to public comment. First one up is Crystal Cosley. Stay here. No, wait. I need to read this first, sorry. According to policy number 903, public comment on matters of concern, official action, or deliberation is limited to 3 minutes and should be directed to the entire school board following the announcement of your name and municipality. Under this policy, the presiding officer has the authority to warn or stop a public commenter when violation of this policy occurs.
Good evening, members of the school board. I'm here to raise an urgent student safety concern involving my son, Nathan, whose bus stop was recently moved from our home to the post office. Despite over 3 months of communication and more than 100 emails to the district, the issue remains unsolved. This current stop is unsafe for elementary students. It has not been used for elementary pickups in over 6 years due to safety concerns. Nathan is often alone, unsupervised, as the other 2 students are driven to school. The area is heavily trafficked, poor visibility, and frequently have strangers coming in and out, especially in bad weather where it causes other visibility and slick streets. The stop is not visible from our home, leaving me unable to ensure his safety. For 6 years, Nate's home-based stop operates safely without an issue. From my porch, I can supervise him directly. I can monitor the traffic. I can ensure that he is boarding the bus safely with crossing the street when the bus stops and puts out their signs. The setup worked well for both the family and the drivers. District staff has stated that resident bus stops are no longer permitted, yet several nearby students still receive those home pickups. The inconsistency means either the rule is not applied formally or student safety is not being prioritized. I respectfully ask the board, please reinstate Nate's resident bus stop. Ensure the policies are being enforced consistently and transparently, especially clear accountability measures so safety concerns are not ignored. Finally, I was told that my communication would be blocked. As a parent reporting a legitimate safety hazard, I have both the right and the duty to speak up. Silencing safety concerns does not align with the district's communication to student welfare. This is not a special request, it's a plea for safety. The district has been repeatedly warned about these risks at this stop. If an incident occurs, it is not due to the lack of notice, but the lack of action. Thank you for your time and for committing to protect every student's safety.
Next up, Laura Foster.
Laura Foster, East Rockville. So tonight, I'm speaking directly to members of the outgoing school board, a board that wielded its power not to protect children, but to target them. I don't need to revisit every vote, policy, or statement you made. We all lived through it. The students lived through it. The community lived through it. The harm is not in dispute. For years, you acted as if your personal discomfort, prejudices, and opinions were equal in weight to the lived reality of our students. You framed your actions as moral clarity, as parental concern, as values. But what you really demonstrated was a breathtaking disregard for the emotional and psychological safety of the very children you were elected to serve. You treated our queer students as abstractions, as problems, as talking points, as symbols, as threats, as things. Your policies were not neutral. Your decisions were not harmless. Your rhetoric was not just an opinion. Every time you stripped away protections to race identities or cast suspicion onto queer students, you contributed to the trauma that will follow them far beyond the walls of this district. Trauma that will carry into their adulthood, not because of who they are, but because of what adults in power chose to do to them. You use your positions to turn the lives of queer kids into battlegrounds, their identities into controversies, their existence into something debatable. You acted as though your dignity was their dignity was optional, as though their safety was negotiable, as though your discomfort mattered more than their humanity. I'm not here to offer you grace you never extended. You deserve only the hardship and disruption in your life that you've caused so many of our students. It is a happy day for me to never have to deal with your surprising lack of collective intelligence again. I'll just leave it on one note. I got about a minute left. I'd love to stand up here and kind of yield my time over to Bob and Jordan and see if you guys want to share a little bit about the cover-up that you've been enabling at the tech school for allowing a child sexual predator to work there, both in January and in July. Would you like to comment? You know what I'm talking about. His name is Ian Wiley. Sound familiar? Did you report it to CPS, Jordan? Are you a teacher? Are you a mandated reporter? You're okay with him working there? Great ethics.
This is not about, let's wrap it up. That's it for public comment. Moving on to the consent calendar. I'd like to make a motion to approve items A through J. Need a second?
Second.
Ooh. Ms. Batisky, a second. Any questions or comments, or need to pull any of these out? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those against? Motion passes 9-0. Moving on to curriculum. Mr. Merkel-Gump.
Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight. This month's curriculum meeting on November 3rd, we heard an update on elementary science from Ms. Christine Tamburino, including recommendations to adopt FOSS pathways for teaching grades 3 through 5 due to its STEELS alignment, hands-on investigations, literacy integration, and robust digital platform, as well as a recommendation for the adoption of mystery science for grades K through 2 based on its phenomena-based storylines and ensuring consistency and accessibility across our K through 2 classrooms. We heard a proposal from Ms. Meg Burke to adopt AP Seminar 10 to create more opportunities for academic rigor and challenge, and received a request to institute Advanced Placement Comparative Government from Mrs. Jenna Vitale, a new course for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. After our course updates, our administrative team walked us through a data presentation going over numerous data points, including PSSA's Keystone exams, PVOS data, enrollment and participation in our AP courses, and the NOCD exam data. After walking us through the data, the team walked us through their plans to keep improving student outcomes and to boost student success throughout Penridge School District. Finally, Dr. Bloom updated us on the efforts to boost awareness of Penridge's high-quality in-house cyber education program, which provides the flexibility of a cyber program with the support of your home community, which provides a superior model at a lower cost here to our taxpayers in Penn Ridge. Through all of that, we have 4 voting items before us tonight. In that spirit, I motion to approve new course proposals A through D listed below. A, AP Seminar 10. B, AP Comparative Government. C, grades 3 through 5 FOSS Pathways. And D, grades K2 Mystery Science Classroom Packs. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Sharino, second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0. Made a mistake last time.
Our next curriculum committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 5th.
Moving on to facilities.
Does anyone do it?
I'm sorry, I'll take over that. The facilities meeting was on November 10th. The only thing on there of any note is the approval of obsolete items. So I'd like to make a motion for A through C. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any? Mr. Cormack, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0. The next facility committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 12th, 2026. Moving right on to finance. Finance meeting was held on November 10th. Up for approval tonight are a number of different contracts. One is Lardwell's, then there's a settlement agreement, Christmas City Studio Photographic Services, Grad Images, Lehigh Valley Events and Productions, which is for the graduation ceremony, Deaf Hearing Communications, Scholastic Book Fairs, Museum of American Revolution, a few more. So I would like to make a motion to approve items A through H. Can I get a second?
Second.
Mr. Merkel, second. Any questions or comments, or you need to pull any of those out? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0. The next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 12th, 2026. Moving on to personnel, Ms. Matisky.
Good evening. A personnel meeting was held on November the 10th, and in that meeting, job descriptions were reviewed. There was also an update on the co-op program at the tech school. 5 student biographies were presented, and those students are either currently working or being onboarded here at the high school. And we also recognized some of the staff who have been generous with their time to mentor these students. We also learned that 80 students were part of the co-op program last year, and this year that program is slated to surpass that number. So we'll move on to our first voting item, which is approval of tenure recommendations. I make a motion to approve the tenure recommendations for Jeffrey Swartz and Victoria Triglia.
Second.
Second, Ms. Rash. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye. All those against? Motion passes 8-0. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Swartz and Mrs. Triglia. If you're here or watching at home, congratulations. Definitely not here. All right, moving on.
Next is approval of job descriptions. I make a motion to approve job descriptions A through E. K through 12 Science Curriculum Supervisor, K through 12 Math Curriculum Supervisor, K through 12 Reading, Language Arts Curriculum Supervisor, K through 12 Social Studies Curriculum Supervisor, and Coordinator of ELD and Federal Programs.
Second, Mr. Merkel. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0.
Our last voting item is approval of contract renewal. And I I know Dr. Berrios wanted to make a few statements first.
Thank you, Ms. Batisky. Before we proceed to the vote, I want to take a moment to frame the depth of Dr. Palmer's contributions to the Penn Ridge School District. His work has been central to strengthening, can't talk tonight, our operational coherence, advancing instructional priorities, and positioning Penn Ridge for long-term improvement. One of the most consequential efforts he led was the district-wide enrollment and facility utilization study. This work gives us a much clearer analytical foundation as we plan for full-day kindergarten, anticipate future redistricting needs, and evaluate the long-term right-sizing of our facilities. It will guide our strategic decision-making for years to come. Dr. Palmer also worked diligently to modernize and standardize our core operational systems. He updated several school-based procedures and reporting structures to ensure transparency and compliance across all schools. He advanced our attendance practices by implementing the Safe Arrival System, which has already improved accuracy, communication, and daily student safety. He introduced a comprehensive administrative regulation for field trips, adding clear approval pathways and strong cost controls. In partnership with school leaders, he helped move several instructional and organizational initiatives from concept to implementation. The negotiated MOU at the high school established duty schedules that support the new block scheduling model. His refinements to elementary and secondary staffing procedures better align personnel decisions with enrollment patterns, instructional needs, and responsible fiscal management. His work to strengthen middle school athletics operations, reduce disruptions to the academic day, and address budgeting and scheduling challenges. This year also included important advancements in student accountability and school climate. The rollout of the 5-star student system provides a more structured approach to digital IDs and hall passes, contributing to improved accountability and a reduction in discipline concerns. The launch of comprehensive staff and family climate surveys gave us new qualitative and quantitative insights that inform future planning. Finally, Dr. Palmer supported the development of school improvement or data plans, helping ensure stronger alignment between building level goals and our district-wide priorities. Taken together, these accomplishments reflect measured leadership, careful analysis, and a consistent focus on building systems that enable better teaching and learning outcomes. They also demonstrate Dr. Palmer's capacity to collaborate effectively, navigate complex organizational challenges, and contribute meaningfully to the forward momentum of the district. For these reasons, and with appreciation for his continued leadership, I recommend the board's approval of his contract renewal.
So I'll make a motion to approve an employment contract renewal with Dr. Bradley Palmer as Assistant Superintendent.
Second.
Second, Mr. Cormack. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0. Congratulations, Dr. Palmer.
The next Personnel Committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 12th.
Moving right along to policy, Mrs. Rash.
Thank you. There was a policy committee meeting on November 3rd.
Are you on
Can you hear me? Oh, I hit the wrong button, sorry. I don't know what I just did with that other one. There was a policy committee meeting November 3rd. Up for vote tonight is first read of policies 102 academic standards and 122 extracurricular activities.
Did you make a motion? I'm sorry.
Yes.
No. I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Shireen, a second? You don't have to wait for me to say a second. You can just say, that's it. Let's keep it moving. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0.
Okay, next is a motion to approve PSD policies A through C, policy 805 emergency preparedness and response, 805.1 relations with law enforcement agencies, and 805.2 school security personnel.
Second, Ms. Shireen. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. Next policy committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 5th.
Moving on to student services, Sharina.
Thank you. Our last Student Service Committee meeting was held on November 3rd. First up is motion to approve an overnight trip for 3 Penridge seniors and 1 staff member to attend the American Society for Gravitational and Space Research Conference in Phoenix, Arizona from December 3rd to December 7th, 2025.
Second.
Second, Ms. Blomgren. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Next up is a motion to approve the K through 12 guidance plan. This is a plan that's done every 5 years.
Second.
Second, Mr. Merkel-Gum. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes 8-0.
That concludes Student Services. Our next Student Service Committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 5th.
Okay, moving on, going to old business. Any discussion of old business?
Mr. Wers, I just wanted to make a parting statement, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
I wanted to thank the community for electing me and to share that it's been an honor to serve. Like so many things in life, I could have never imagined what this journey would be, but I'm so glad that I embarked upon it. It grew me as a person, and I learned so much about people, about governing, and about leadership. A couple of other parting thoughts. We spent a good amount of time in our meetings and discussions on civics and teaching civics. Running for an elected office and then serving is the best civics lesson you'll ever get. If serving on the school board is not a path for you, find another way to get involved. Being in the loop on what happens in the district is valuable, but the most important involvement is in your child's daily work and school life. Read with them when they're young to help them build that critical skill that will serve them their entire lives. I'm proud to have been part of bringing the new elementary social studies curriculum to Penridge and getting our schools aligned on their resources and methodologies. It was warming to reconnect with teachers my children had so many years ago and who still remembered their names. Advocating for expansion of the Foundation's phonics program and advocating for opposing perspectives in our curriculum to bring in alternative viewpoints and encourage critical thinking. Being exposed to more of our incredible teachers, social workers, groundskeepers, transportation team, and so many more gives you a different perspective on what it takes to make this complex system run like a well-oiled machine. The people of this district bring that small-town community feel to Penridge, which is part of what makes it a great place to raise a family. But I'm most proud of playing a role in hiring Dr. Barrios, a fantastic leader who doesn't just have a strong vision for our district, but also has the ability to implement it. He has surrounded himself with a strong cabinet and leadership team and has brought Penridge to new heights. I pray for him, his team, all of our teachers and staff, and of course, each and every student. Thank you.
Any new business?
I have some new business I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
Anyway, readers. There is a serious concern regarding the ongoing contract at the tech school with the custodial company and the need for the JOC to take a stronger and more decisive stance moving forward. Over the past year, significant policy violations occurred under the custodial company's watch. Violations of policies held by both Upper Bucks Tech School and the sending school districts. Also, information related to these violations was not shared with the JOC in a timely manner. For something of this magnitude, the expectation should have been immediate reporting and full transparency. The initial violation received a response that did not match the seriousness of the situation, and 6 months later, the same violation was repeated. This demonstrates a pattern of disregarding policy and failure to correct behavior.
Every contractor serving our schools must uphold standards, compliance, accountability, integrity, and student safety. Our priority is to our students. These events have eroded the trust, and the feeble steps to correct things continue to cause damage. We now have an opportunity for the JOC to demonstrate leadership, restore confidence, and make student safety the non-negotiable foundation of every decision. Given these circumstances, I'd like to ask this school board to urge the JOC to take a stronger and more assertive position regarding all outside vendors, their employees, and their conduct, to reconsider the RFP for custodial services that they just voted against, to ensure all future proposals reflect a clear commitment to student safety, policy adherence, and transparent communication, and to reaffirm that any contractor permitted to operate in our schools must demonstrate consistent accountability and respect for all Upper Bucks Tech School and sending district policies. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to add that if this happened at our school, there would be a lot more outrage on this, and I think it should be handled, and I don't think it was handled well. And you know, if you had a registered sex offender in this school, and nobody did anything about it, I think we'd have a packed room here. So I think this needs to be looked at further. All right, anything else for new business? Any other comments?
Are you just making a comment, Leah, or are you?
No, thank you. I'd like for this school board to draft a call to action or something for the JOC to reopen this.
Okay. We'll review that offline and figure out what the next steps are.
Okay. So just in hearing what you're saying and also attending the meeting, I agree. I would want something to be done sooner rather than later, just to get more clarity and more importantly for the community. I think it's important. I know that if my child was going there, I would want to know. But regardless, if my child is going there or not, I think we are responsible to also let the community know what is happening, to be very transparent, and to understand what exactly transpired.
So it's my understanding, did the administration out at Tech already investigate this? And the solicitor there already advised on it? Yes. So you want us to what? Appeal to them to disregard that? Or
well, we feel like there needs to be some stronger investigation around some of the things and stronger corrective actions. And also, we would like to, at a minimum, put a request for proposal for that company's job, because...
So we're no longer on Team Trust the Experts. Basically, we want to override the JOC, the admin, and the solicitor.
One thing it's important to let the public know that we're not satisfied because our kids are there. And we have a right to weigh in on it if we don't agree. And if the registered sex offender is there once and then twice, and nothing's really happened about it, I think that's wrong.
I think it's wrong if nothing happened, but there was actually an investigation.
Yes, there
with
was,
the administration and the attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So two things to that, I think, is that, yes, there was an internal investigation, but it has to do with some of their employees. So I would then say, why not do a third-party investigation to see? Number two, I think that if this was brought up at a JOC meeting and then stated, you know, whatever details want to be explained to the public, and then said there was a 5-4, however the vote was, then the community knows and then you move forward. But there isn't any of that.
Well, there was a 5-4 vote, though, right? So why isn't that part of the records?
I'm not sure if there was a 5-4 vote. That's to the public. I'm not sure if there was there a 5-4 vote that was stated what exactly happened.
Just the contractor.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a 5-4 vote. It was just discussed at committee that there's no record of that meeting publicly any longer.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it was done not in public. That's my whole thing, is that if there was, let's say, a majority vote saying we're going to move forward with this facility and, you know, this is what the majority wants, then so be it. But the public doesn't know this. And I think it's important for the public to know.
And this is the meeting that during this meeting, for some reason, the video isn't available online? Is that the
Yes.
So
That was a
have it
committee
part of
meeting,
it.
so, I mean, you know, we can't vote on
Yeah,
committee meetings.
but the discussion.
Yes.
Wasn't on that. And you're saying what, Ron, we'll just talk about this at another meeting?
Well, I don't know what we're going to do after. We'll discuss it. It concerns me that it kind of got brushed aside, I think. And it's a serious offense, and I don't know, would want that here. And our students are there, so I'm not satisfied with the result of what they did. Obviously, we continue to investigate this, but I don't think the response was appropriate. Anything else?
I just want to clarify though, because I do feel like this is something could we vote on it right now that we want to write something up to send to them? Or do
It's
we need?
not, actually, I don't think we can because it's not on the agenda. So it'd be more appropriate, as I think Mr. Wurz indicated, to, I think many of the members of the board have expressed their concerns, to take it back to the board and to the superintendent, perhaps have an executive session to discuss what your legal options are or are not under the circumstances. And then if the board wants to address a letter to the JOC, and I believe you have 2 votes on the JOC, they can direct a letter to the JOC, but that would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Then while we may not vote, I would like to make sure that I throw my support behind this. Once is a mistake and corrective action can be taken, but twice the same person putting students at risk without corrective action being taken with the company that is providing those services, that's an egregious breach of trust of this community and the sending schools. And I think that as a board, we have a responsibility for making sure that each student that we send to this school is kept safe and that they are taking this with the utmost seriousness.
Well said. All right. Anything else? Any other comments on that before I move to public comment? Okay, moving on to public comment. Brian McMullen.
We already on?
Yep. There you go.
I think I got it. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to make sure that I was the last public comment you all got to hear on your way out. Thankfulness and civility. So, I'd like to take a moment to offer my sincere thanks to our departing directors, Mrs. Blumgren, Mrs. Chaikin, Mrs. Batisky, finally Mr. Cormack. I'd like to thank you for your service to the Pembroke School District. Public service, it asks more of us than people ever see. It asks for long hours, personal sacrifice, and the resolve to lead through moments of uncertainty and strain. Yet each of you answered that call on behalf of this district, its students, families, educators, and taxpayers. Your willingness to shoulder that responsibility is worthy of genuine gratitude and recognition. Thank you for the work you've put into this district, from policy discussions to committee work to challenging votes. You each brought your perspective and your dedication to the table during a period that has been anything but simple. As I prepare to take on this role, I do so with respect for the work that has come before me. My hope is that I can serve this community with the same level of commitment and steadiness that you have demonstrated. We may not have agreed on everything and every issue, but we all share a common goal in doing what's best for Penridge and for every student that walks through our doors. Thank you again for your years of service. I wish each of you nothing but the best in whatever comes next for you. Thank you.
I just wanted to add a little something at the end too. I too would like to thank the 4 board members who have served us. I've served with for 2 years, and some a little longer than that. We've had our rough patches, but over the last few years, I've got to know everybody, and we've worked well together. We don't always agree, but we have spirited debates, and I respect each one of them and what they bring to the board, and especially the last 2 years. So I wish you all the best. It is a huge sacrifice. I like to remember that there may be a few outspoken people, but most of the people, the vast majority of people, respect what we're doing, and we try to tune the other stuff out. But You guys, I will miss you guys sometimes, and I wish you the best with your free time. And I hope that you get to do everything you couldn't do when you had to spend some time on here. So thank you for serving on the board. Announcements. There was no executive session tonight. The next school board meeting is the reorganization meeting, which will be held on Monday, December 1st, 2025